Who's how? Rams how? You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Hit like, share, and link. Who's how? Rams how? You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Home of the champions. Who's how? Rams how? You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Hit like, share, and link. Who's how? Rams how? You know who we rollin' with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Home of the champions. When I need a scoop on the league, I hit up the
Welcome to episode 6 of the Golden Round Buzz Podcast with Chris, Damon, and Sal. Shout out to the sponsor, La Brea Bakery. As you see, I'm wearing the custom-made La Brea Bakery one-of-one shoes. Shout out to Sneaker by Migs, La Brea Bakery shirt, and of course, Rams hat.
All right, guys. So it was a tale of two halves for the Rams against the Eagles. Once again, the Rams let the opponent score right before halftime with less than 10 seconds left. And the Eagles had a 17-14 lead going into halftime. In the second half, the Rams were shut out. Only had 81 yards total. Only 81 total yards in the second half. Mm-hmm. And the Eagles defeated the Rams 23-14. Now, guys, I didn't go to the game, but was there a lot of Eagle fans there?
Yes, there was a lot of Eagles fans, but compared to 2017, when the Eagles came, right. I believe 2017 we played them last, I believe at the Coliseum, or 2018. There's a lot more fans back then than now because I believe the ticket price was, the face value was like, in my area, was like $710.
Right.
It was one of the highest priced tickets. So the Niners, Eagles, and Steelers are the highest priced tickets. So, I mean, at our tailgate, there weren't a lot of them, but I know they're at the RV side of the field. And yeah, man, so, yeah.
Was there any, did you guys see any Reggie White jerseys?
Yeah, I saw Reggie White.
Yeah, I saw.
Any Riley Cooper? Riley Cooper? Never mind. Okay.
I saw Jerome Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw Jerome Brown.
Donovan McNabb.
Okay.
I even saw
Andre Waters. Yeah.
Jaws. I was like, what?
He's George.
He's on even I saw Harold Carmichael. That was kind of
What was
cool.
the movie that Wahlberg?
Oh, that Vince Papelli?
Yeah. Okay.
That was a good movie. I remember watching it.
Right.
Good, yeah.
Vince Papelli.
Yeah.
Okay.
With,
Alrighty. So there was a Swift sighting. No, not that Swift, but a DeAndre Swift who totaled for 108 yards. And then I don't know about you guys, but I was watching on TV and listening to other commentators and people saying Michael Hoyt was getting exposed by Dallas Goedert, who had 8 catches, 118 yards, and a touchdown. What do you guys think about that matchup?
Why is Michael Hoyt? Is he a linebacker or is he a cornerback?
I thought he was a DN.
I thought he was too. So he's getting exposed. I mean, come on now. Any coach is going to expose that. No DN or linebacker keep up with a tight end because you'll get exposed. Like, I don't know why Raheem Morris does that, but it's just, for me, the game, again, momentum turned halftime.
Right.
Rams scored. When the Puka scored, everybody's going crazy.
Right,
oh, my God, it erupted. Well, I told somebody, there's still 32. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I said, no, the Rams have a pattern of letting teams score.
Exactly.
No, man, don't jinx it. I don't believe in jinxing. I'm just stating the real. What I see, I watch football. I know. Mm-hmm. I said, if the Eagles score going into halftime, it's going to change the whole momentum of the game. And what happened?
What's your take on that, Sal?
Well, I tell people when you evaluate the game, like going into the game, you have Super Bowl contender against the second youngest team in the league, right? So they're not equally matched as far as talent. So the Rams have to play a perfect game to compete, right? So the Rams were able to do a lot of things, but if you make any mistake, you're going to pay for it, especially against a team like the Eagles. But I always laugh when people say the Rams let the Eagles score. The Eagles impose their will, like the Niners do. Good teams are going to make you play their football. The Rams try to defend them, but you can't let up, and especially a young team. A lot of teams are, especially young, they're susceptible. To you take a playoff here and there, and that could cost you a touchdown. And you saw those, on those pass interference plays, But the Rams will be better. And as far as Michael Hoyt, he makes some plays, but I don't know any outside linebacker that's going to be able to drop into coverage and cover a tight end.
That's true.
I mean, the safeties have to come out and help out also. And then also when you rush, the Rams 2 weeks in a row have played running quarterbacks, Richardson and then now Hurts. I mean, he's been doing that to everybody, not just the Rams defense. He can make a team look bad. And then there was a couple of overthrows, to Cooper Kupp and also to Tutu Atwell. But if the Rams would have connected on those, it could have been a different game. But that's football, the woulda, coulda, shoulda. But I was proud. When we lost.
He said he's proud. Is that?
No.
Is that a momentum, a moral victory?
It actually is. It actually is. No. It's not.
Okay.
It's not a moral victory. What it
Okay.
is, it's a step in the right direction, right?
Right.
You don't go straight from ground zero to the top. You have to take steps,
Yeah,
and so I
exactly.
see the Rams making. They're making strides. I tell people this: look at the Rams. We lost one game to the Niners by a touchdown. Lost to the Bengals by a field goal. Lost to the Eagles by 9 points. We haven't lost by double digits. Look at the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys-Niners, you're talking about two Super Bowl contenders, and the 49ers blew out the Cowboys. That's when you can attack a team as far as coaching, players, and everything. But the Rams are a young team, and the Rams are starting to get respect throughout the league. When they talk about the Rams, they're not saying, like the Rams had no shot. The Rams competed, and so the Rams, and then also, when you bring back a player that's been injured, the majority of the season, at the beginning of the season, you bring Cup back and you try and work him into the offense, right? So that takes a little bit. But when you do that, it kind of throws off the chemistry for the Rams, But eventually, this will all be worked out. They'll get right this weekend against the Cardinals. And then I think they'll go on like a 3-4 game winning streak.
Wow.
And we'll be good.
I compare the Rams to like a boxing match, right?
Okay.
The Rams lost. Okay, they're boxing.
Right.
And then they hit the heavyweight champion. Like everybody's going for
Right.
Boom, you hit them, and then the bell rings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They get saved by the bell.
Exactly.
Right, but
And then halftime comes around. The Rams like, we almost had.
Yeah.
And they don't score. It's like, momentum.
See, that's exactly a good analogy. So it would be like saying, say you're a young fighter and you get in the ring with Mike Tyson, and Tyson knocks you out, and then people say, oh, he let Mike Tyson knock him out. Mike Tyson's going to knock you out.
Right.
And it's the same thing for the Eagles. They came in, they dared the Rams to Jalen Hurts was so comfortable back there. You saw some of his runs were amazing. For first downs. So the Rams, you want to stay in your lanes. You don't want to make a mistake. You're hoping to get to them with just your four linemen. But the Rams weren't getting pressure. But if everyone's saying, oh, the Rams need a blitz. You blitz, Hurts is going to hurt you. So either way, you're going to get hurt. The best way to do it is to put together long drives and keep their offense off the field.
You notice the top two teams in the NFL, Niners and Eagles, the Rams played, toe to toe until the second half.
Wait a minute. Is that wait. Is that a moral victory?
No, I'm just stating. I'm just stating what happened.
sounded
I'm just saying the best teams. The Rams lost to three teams, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying 2 and 3. They lost to the Eagles, undefeated, went to the NFC Championship. They lost to the Niners, NFC Championship against the Eagles, and then they lost to the Bengals, who lost. So the 3 losses so far has been to top teams. So
Right, that's what
I
I'm
want to
saying.
know they should be 4-1 in my opinion, but it
agree.
doesn't matter. But
All right, speaking of Cooper Kupp, who just got off IR, he had a great game for 8 catches, 118 yards. And with the return of Cooper Kupp, we lost somebody today. Van Jefferson was traded to the Atlanta Falcons. I like Van Jefferson. I think in the right system he'll be like a Randall Cobb type of receiver. So I want to wish Van Jefferson good luck in Atlanta. Desmond Ridder, jury's still out on him, but what do you guys think about Van Jefferson?
I was a fan of Van Jefferson. He had the speed. He had, he had a lot of intangibles that the Rams, we're looking for in a receiver. But, he kind of reminded me of Allen Robinson, part 2 this season. He just kind of disappears. When you get an opportunity, you really got to seize that moment. That's why Puka took over, because Puka took advantage of the opportunity.
But remember a few years ago, what was the receiver? McCutcheon?
Yeah, Lance McCutcheon.
that was preseason.
But last year preseason.
But I thought he was going to be what
I
Puka was
didn't.
today. You remember?
We were
talking about that.
But I didn't.
didn't?
I saw him play and I go, he's okay. But I knew he wasn't. Puka, because of his size.
You're not the only one I saw. What did you see in Puka, honestly?
Well, I went to a lot of the Rams training camps.
Right.
Yeah.
But I liked the fact that, first I liked his size.
Right.
And
He's
then-
about 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I liked his toughness.
Right.
But I tell people now, everything that Puka's doing in games, he was doing at training camp.
Okay.
He was doing exactly what he's doing now. That's why there's nothing new here. That's why I'm not shocked that he's having success.
Right.
He's going to, like everybody, you're not going to kill it for 17 games.
Right, exactly.
He's going to have games where, he'll have, maybe 4 or 5 catches. But he's still learning. But by the time, you don't want the Rams to hit their stride now.
No.
12 games left. I guarantee you that last game of the season against the 49ers, that will be for a playoff spot.
Interesting.
If the Rams haven't clinched already. And then I have a strong feeling the Rams will play the Lions in the playoffs.
Wow.
And that'll be, I mean, talk about drama. You know, the Rams will, of course, the Rams will have to go to Detroit.
Yeah.
But I still think that, I see that.
Oh,
happening.
also, Matthew Stafford would have to go back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
that
see what I
would
mean?
be-
But for
that
the
would be
drama,
interesting.
it'd be
Yeah.
great,
Yeah,
right?
high-rated TV
Yeah.
series.
Yeah. But I mean, everywhere the Rams go, there's always a story, which is amazing.
The last thing, I mean, wish best of luck to Van Jefferson, but the last time I saw him play was a Super Bowl. I mean, I remember his wife being pregnant, but that's the last big thing
Yeah.
I seen him do. I didn't see him the rest of the years because
No,
he,
you're right.
was on a milk carton last game,
Yeah.
2 snaps.
But you know what?
I'm saying? So-
What is kind of rough is that he had an amazing training camp. He was in stride in training camp. He
Yeah.
looked amazing. So I was hoping that it would have translated to regular
Yeah, because
season,
they had
but
a
it
projected
didn't.
with Cooper Kupp and IR that he was going to be the number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
So.
But you know, football, that your opportunity, you know, to make an impact is very small. And you got the players that are hungry. I mean, like Puka, he's not going to be giving up that spot anytime soon.
No way.
And you have to put your best players on the field. But what I liked about the Rams is that, you know, the Rams got rid of him. The Rams, at the end of the year, it was his contract year. He was going to be gone at the end of the year anyway. The Rams weren't going to re-sign him, so I think it was good for him. And then also, as far as Eagle fans at SoFi, every week, you know, you have a big, you know, fan base, you know, for opposing teams that play the Rams. I actually take it as a compliment that people want to be in LA. You think about it, the best stadium in the NFL.
It's SoFi.
I mean, you're in LA.
I still like Arizona Stadium, but that's just me.
I like Arizona Stadium too, but it doesn't have any live. You go to SoFi. SoFi is amazing to me. When
Yeah.
you're walking in, it
I
has that
agree
it
with that.
factor. Yeah, but I mean, I just have fun with the opposing teams. I don't get mad that there's more fans for the visiting team because, you know what I mean. There's 32 teams. You can choose whoever you want. You know.
And they were saying KC fans took over Minnesota last weekend. So.
Right, and everybody.
Green
And
Bay
now
took
it's
over
getting to the
Vegas.
point
Yeah.
with the tickets are so expensive. People with money are the ones that are going to games, not the fans.
That should. It was good to see Dick Vermeil got honored at SoFi. It
was
He led
amazing,
the
yeah.
Eagles to their first Super Bowl appearance and the Rams to their first Super Bowl
We're going to
victory.
win with Kurt Warner.
That's right. That's right. I can't believe the guy is 86. He looks great to be 86 years old.
Yeah, he's amazing. Out of Calistoga, California. I would have loved to see Kurt Warner there, though. You know.
That would have been. I mean, yeah, he works at NFL Network, right?
Yeah, someone said he was out of the country, but he should have made that.
Because Torrey
a
Holt
point.
was there, and Isaac
Yeah.
Bruce, and
But I mean,
Leatherface.
that whole story was based on
Yeah, exactly.
Vermeil and Kurt Warner, and I thought Kurt Warner, being in LA, that would have been amazing for Ram fans too, because I mean, sometimes. Like the Rams wanted, there were some fans that wanted the Rams to retire Kurt Warner, and he said, well, you know what, I didn't play there long enough. I didn't finish my career there. And then they retired his number in Arizona. So it would have been nice for him to show up for Vermeil and kind of squash a lot of that for the fans. But it's all good. Greatest show on turf, nothing like it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I know you're in the wine business, Dick Vermeil, so send some of that wine over here to the Golden Ram Buzz.
Let us celebrate the right way, right? Yeah, come on, coach.
So on to the next opponent in the Arizona Cardinals, who just lost James Conner, their leading
I
runner.
saw that.
IR, he'll miss 4 games. They have this kid named Encario Benicardo.
Yeah.
He was born in Inglewood, went to Downey High, went to Saddleback College,
Wow.
went to TCU,
Yeah.
undrafted. Looks like he's being started, so the guy it'll be a homecoming.
Homecoming, yeah.
So I know that his nerves are going to be jittery. Thoughts on our next opponent?
I can't overlook that.
I agree.
It's a game.
It's
NFL,
NFL, yeah.
Nobody's going to come and
Any
lay
given
down.
Sunday.
Any given Sunday. Last year the Cardinals came in
Yeah.
and whooped our you-know-what.
Yeah.
So I don't even know who's the Cardinals quarterback. Oh,
Josh Hobbs.
I'm not overlooking him.
Josh Dobbs.
He
Josh,
was
he beat the Cowboys, so
Yeah.
they're not just going to lay down. So the Rams got to be ready. Don't overlook the opponent because I think if the Rams win this, I think they'll beat Pittsburgh and then Dallas. Yeah,
Ooh,
so-
that's what I said.
after the Cardinals game is the 3 dynasty
Yeah.
franchises: Pittsburgh, Dallas, and Green Bay.
Ooh. Ooh. Back to back to back.
Right.
Exactly.
What's your thoughts on the Cardinals, Sal?
I mean, I respect every team in the league, and,
Yes.
and I know the Cardinals. I mean, just because they're not, no one's really talking about them, but they are moving in the right direction. And I think the quarterback, he's playing decent football, and they have some talent. But the Rams should be able to, get right with a game like this against the Cardinals at home. They have to win these games if they want to be
Fingers
in
crossed,
contention.
yeah. Fingers crossed. All right, so like Devon said, the Rams' 3 losses have been to 3 of the teams that participated in the NFC and AFC title
yeah.
games: Eagles, Niners, and the Bengals.
And we haven't lost by double digits. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive in the NFL, especially in today's offense.
And I'm liking Brian. Was it Brian Young, number 0?
Yeah.
And it looks like we lost Bobby Brown. Like he might be gone for.
Yeah,
5
but
to
he's
7
not
weeks,
gone for
5
the
to 7
season.
weeks.
Yeah, but he's not gone for the
Yeah,
season,
5
which
to
is
7
good
weeks.
because you know, I mean, the Rams stay in contention, then you get him back, you know, towards, you know, playoff time.
But he's one of the biggest people on the line after Aaron Donald, so we don't have no size now.
Niner fans, thank you for Killer Witherspoon. The guy's been
His 2 interceptions
Yeah.
have been 2 of the best interceptions I've ever seen.
exactly. So, Niners,
Yeah.
thank you for Killer Witherspoon. Alrighty, guys. So to week 5 news and games. Last week, I never saw this guy play, but I remember when he was in a show called Hang Time with Reggie Theus and Anthony Anderson. Thoughts and prayers to the legendary Dick Buckets, who passed away at 80 years old.
Yes.
I do remember he was in a couple of Miller Lite commercials when I was growing up as a kid. So you guys.
Well, they named the Buckets Award after him
Yeah,
as the
linebacker.
best linebacker. So rest in peace, Dick Buckets. You know, the Monsters of the Midway. He
Yeah.
played with him, and just the, you know, we see the footage of him just killing opponents
Yeah.
like
But
back when you
it's
tackled.
amazing though, because, you know, when you're like the age difference.
Right.
I mean, when I was a kid, he was one of the biggest names in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll never forget when they voted like the toughest guy, meanest guy in the NFL. Deacon Jones was number 2.
Wow.
And then number 1 was Dick Butkus.
And also,
And
remember
Deacon
Chuck
Jones,
McNard, too.
you know, he was good. Yeah. But it was funny because Deacon Jones said, you know what? I tried to put, you know, players in the hospital.
Right, I remember.
And he said Dick Butkus tried to put him in the graveyard.
Yeah.
But Butkus, he only played one way, and that was like full speed ahead. But
Yeah.
that was when football was football.
Oh, yeah.
So, but it was nice, the impact that he made, and he was there forever. So it's nice to see, you know, I mean, you lose a legend like that, but 80 years old, I mean, he left an impact on a lot of fans of
Yeah, he
all
did.
different generations.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
And it was nice for the Bears to finally get some positive news.
Yeah.
They're
And they
starting
won
to
that
turn
third
around.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Alrighty, guys. So Jags upset the Bills in London, 25-20. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, it's a London game. I don't think any of us watched it. I mean,
Yeah, I
that's the Jaguars' second home.
Yeah.
So they're like,
Well-
Bills had jet. Like, well, everybody has. Come on now. I mean, what?
No,
you
but
gotta
was
play.
the field one of the reasons why the Bills lost?
I don't
No,
think
they
so.
both
No,
Jets
because-
played
I
on the
know
same
two of their
field.
best players got hurt, Matt Milano and
Right, but some of the players were saying, that it was like playing on cement. But it's like
Really?
both teams are playing on the same field. I mean,
Yeah.
Buffalo just isn't, they're not where they think or they had hoped to be. But it's still a long year, long season.
Yeah. Props to Brad Holmes, Jared Goff, and the Detroit Lions who beat the Carolina Panthers 42-24. Like Sal said, if the Rams get in, I think that we will play them in the playoffs. What you guys take on Detroit right now?
I like the way they're playing.
I
They're
do,
4-1. Even when they lost like I think
Yeah,
they-
in overtime.
Yeah, in overtime, they look like a good team. Just like they're playing like their coach. Everybody
Yeah,
makes fun of their
exactly.
coach. I'm gonna bite him on the chin.
Right.
But he's making a difference. He's showing toughness.
I agree.
The receiver, Amon Ross, tough.
Yeah.
Jared Goff is playing better.
I like the
Linebackers,
tight end,
yes, tight
Sam
end.
Laporta.
Yes.
But, it doesn't really surprise me with Brad Holmes as a GM. I mean, for what he's done with the Rams. I knew when he would go to the Lions, he would eventually do the same thing with the Lions. Their drafts have been amazing.
I mean, they bid on almost everything.
Yeah. And he did that with the Rams also. But you look how many points they're scoring. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I've never, in all the years of being
Good
an
for
NFL
people like
fan.
David Montgomery.
Yeah. I've never
Remember,
seen the Lions
Jags, you
score
guys
that
could
many
have drafted
points.
Aiden Hutchinson, but you guys took Trayvon Walker instead. How's that looking?
Yeah.
I don't know any Jags fans out there, so I don't know, man. I don't know any Jags fans. I can't even talk trash.
Yeah, that's true.
Alrighty, Saints shut out the Patriots 34-0. It's getting bad in New England. Is New England the worst team in the NFL, honestly?
Are they tanking? I'm just kidding.
Oh, take it for Caleb?
No, please don't go there.
Exactly.
Please don't go to New England. No.
Exactly.
'Cause they're the worst. I've never seen this happen with Bill Belichick.
Yeah, this is
Dude,
it's getting embarrassing.
It's bad.
I actually, they robbed us from 2 Super Bowls. So
Yeah.
I'm
So it's
kind of
not a
glad.
bittersweet
Yeah.
revenge.
I hope
Yeah.
he doesn't retire. I hope he stays in the game. And I think Brady won, pretty much solved that. I mean, Brady was the difference. Now you look at Belichick and you hear all kinds of reasons why they're failing, but it's all on him. I mean, he
Yeah.
had full control. And I think that Robert Kraft, he's not going to be that patient with him.
That's true, because they say Robert Kraft's motto is either playoffs or bust.
Yeah, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, I agree. I
But
do.
Tom Brady's
players
probably like-
make coaches look.
Tom Brady's probably like,
brilliant.
I told you so. Tom Brady's like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Told you so. You
exactly.
want to be so strict and stick.
Yeah,
man.
the
You saw what
Patriot
happened.
way.
We saw when he went to Tampa. So
Yeah.
But another team too is like when you look at like Miami Dolphins. I mean, they're running up to score on
Yeah.
teams and
Yeah,
stuff.
they are.
When you do that so early in the year, I mean, it's a long season, and teams remember that too. So, to me, I remember Greatest Show. So if there was many opportunities, the Rams could have ran the score up.
Yeah.
And they took a knee. I remember Vermeil said, "You know what? I mean, we could play him again." And he just wasn't that type of guy. He, believed in sportsmanship and stuff.
Yeah, that's
So, they scored 70. He said, "Oh, we could have broke the record, but we didn't want to, embarrass them." You score 70 points on a team. Come on now.
Yeah. All right, our next opponent after Arizona will be the Pittsburgh Steelers, who beat the Ravens and held Lamar Jackson to 10 points. Would you guys take on the Steelers and the Ravens?
I watched the highlights of that game. They dropped passes by. They said Lamar Jackson could have had like 450 yards because a lot of passes, right in the receiver's hands, they dropped.
Yeah.
A couple touchdown passes dropped.
Right, that is
A
true.
50, 60-yard reception. Nobody in front of him dropped by Aguilar, USC.
Yep.
So he could
Yeah.
have, you know what I'm saying? So that's where stats.
Yeah, and I
Don't
think we
dictate.
match up well with Pittsburgh.
I love TJ Watt. He's besides Aaron Donald, he's my favorite defensive player.
TJ Watt's good, but I mean to compare with Aaron Donald is just to me it's laughable. He's solid, believe me, he's a great player, but Aaron Donald does so many different things that he never gets credit for.
That's no, I definitely.
And Donald's a quiet player. Donald never, he never, he doesn't boast or anything. He just plays football. But I think that they're going to match well with Pittsburgh.
Okay, now stay tuned for our next guest. Going to be Rob from Valutina's Pizza.
And what's crazy is I went to the Super. I'm gonna know this guy for the rest of my life because when I attended the Super Bowl, it was me, my boy Marvin, Rob and his brother, and his girl Bella, standing room only. What an amazing experience. He's gonna talk about that as well. So coming up, Rob Bristow from Valutina's Pizza.
All right, perfect.
Cut.
My name's Robert Bristow, owner of Valutina's. We've been here for about 20 years. I've been the new owner for about 2.5 years. We're all about consistency, quality, and bang for your buck. We're located on Valley View in Lamson, 12385 Valley View Street. We open at 11, close at 9, 7 days a week. Welcome.
Joining us now from Valutina's Pizza in Garden Grove, Rob. I'm gonna tell you a story about Rob. I attended the Super Bowl. I linked up with him, met up with him and his brother, Dominique, and we enjoyed the Super Bowl standing room only and what a Super Bowl it was. And I got pictures and videos of this. And man, what an experience. I was hyper energetic. And when we won, Rob tackled me, his big body, like, oh, damn, you play football. Like, Rob, come down. But this is Rob, you guys, Valutina's Pizza. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming down. Definitely.
Appreciate it.
What made you a Rams fan?
My brother actually. See, he's been a Rams fan his whole life. So when they came back here, he started working for them, and he'd be bringing home all this merch.
That's right.
And by the time I knew I had 30 Rams shirts, 5 jerseys, I had hundreds of towels, and might as well just.
That's
and
awesome.
They were here, and they were home. So.
Yeah, that's awesome because I remember a lot of people were saying whichever team comes to LA, that'll be their team. So your brother got you into being a Rams fan, huh? Yeah.
Now, he's your older brother or younger brother?
Older brother, 2 years older.
Really? So Dominic, okay.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so he brought you a lot of Rams stuff, huh? Rams gear.
Plenty of merch.
So he worked at SoFi?
He worked at SoFi, yeah.
What?
No, he worked for the Rams, so then he worked game day every game day we get there. I didn't have to go in early, just give me all the towels, shirts, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like all the giveaways are sweet, huh?
Giveaways.
I mean, you look at each giveaway and it kind of, you remember the different games, the story that went along with the, the gift and all.
So when you being young, where's the first Rams game you ever seen on TV or attended? Because I know you're way younger than me and Sal.
The first game I seen on TV was probably the Patriots Super Bowl. Was the first game I actually paid attention
Was that the
to.
first one in
wow.
2002?
First one.
Okay, when they got beat by cheaters.
I remember that feeling, yeah. So that's cool, though. So, I mean, you became a fan after that. Was a tough Super Bowl to lose, huh? I mean, the Rams were doing everything so well. Todd Gurley, and I mean, I thought we had a great opportunity to win that game, but it just didn't happen. The Rams couldn't get it together, but yeah, losing the Patriots twice was rough. But I mean, you stuck with them, and I'm sure the passion grew stronger as time went on.
Yeah, and then you got the best stadium in the world right here. I mean, you
That's
can't
what I
beat it.
said. That's what,
And you got the best tailgate.
Yeah.
Rob and his
Yeah,
family
yeah,
go to my
yeah.
tailgate
There's
as
nothing
well.
like the
Yeah,
tailgate.
you know what I'm
There's
saying?
nothing like the tailgate.
So you own Valutina's Pizza, right?
Rob?
I do.
Yeah. No, and it's so cool to see familiar faces.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's like, Ramley, like you say. We see them every tailgate, so it's really cool to see everyone show up.
How long you've owned it? You look like young. If you want to tell your age, you can. How old are you? 22?
28.
20. I'm just kidding. 28. Now, how long have you owned Valutina's
I've
Pizza?
owned it for 2.5 years now.
Okay.
So right after COVID, pretty much. Like a year after that.
Let the people know where they can pick the pizza up.
Yeah, definitely.
Valley View in Lamson, 12385 on Valley View, Garden Grove, California.
Let them know Going Around Buzz podcast sent you.
Plus, I always order it too.
Yeah.
I live in Los Al, yeah, so it's always gets
What's your
delivered.
favorite thing on the
Perfect.
menu?
All right, cheese pizza, honestly, you got to
Okay.
stay classic.
Okay.
That beats that, right?
Are you going to the Rams Cardinals game?
I will not be attending. I got to work.
Oh, you got to work pizza Sunday.
Yeah.
Those who are not attending the game, go to Rob's Value Tina's Pizza and bombard him. Make him busy. Buy pizzas. Order for him.
I didn't watch the game.
Now you come to the Pittsburgh game, correct?
Correct.
Oh,
I'll
my
be there.
goodness.
I'll
Boy,
be
that
there
game's
for
gonna be
one.
crazy, huh?
I'm ready.
Now,
be
what
fun.
did you think about the Super Bowl experience when we watched it together?
Yeah, I thought you were like one of the only real fans there because I felt like it was more a corporate event,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah,
so
yeah.
you could tell.
I cried, Sal. He saw me do it. I was like, I was nervous, like I was pacing. We're next to each other. I'm all pacing. I couldn't sit still. And we're just like,
But that's so cool that you guys felt that connection, right,
Yeah.
for the Rams,
Yeah.
and it did seem a lot of people did say it felt like a corporate event. For me, I was at home. I was sitting on. I just wanted to watch the game. Like in 2000 when the Rams won the Super Bowl, I had a big party, and man, it was so hard to watch the game because everybody was talking and stuff. And I said, the next Super Bowl's that the Rams play, and I'm going to watch them at home. So I watched the Rams Patriot at home, and then also this past Super Bowl. So it was cool to watch it at home, but watching it on TV was amazing. And but I was just thinking about you guys that, the Ram fans that we see.
yeah.
But yeah, it was
Well,
cool that the Rams won. So.
Well, it's crazy. I had 500 because I won the lottery, so they gave me 500 nosebleeds. Rob's like, "Hey, man, you want to do standing room only?" I said, "Wait, what? You got the? Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you." I texted him, "Hey, come on." Next thing you know, I'm just like, "What? I've never been to standing room only." I
A
was
lot
like,
of people that
"It's
have
cool,
done
man. It's
that, they
fun
love
over there."
it. Yeah, they love it,
It's
yeah.
fun to watch Super Bowl standing room only because you can just move around. There's bars right there, bathroom, food, and like just watching it with somebody that's
Yeah,
interested as
that's
you are.
passionate
You know,
too,
from a
yeah.
younger generation, we both experienced the Rams winning the Super Bowl.
Especially like Damon, it's hard for you to sit still. Huh?
Consistent. I was like,
Yeah.
"Are you okay?" I'm like,
Even at the tailgates, I'm under the canopy just chilling.
Yeah.
I've always been like that,
can't-
real quiet.
I got to move around, boom, boom. But
I get
once
it. though.
again,
It's cool.
thanks Rob from Value Tina's Pizza for joining us.
thanks.
Yeah,
Make
thank
sure
you,
you
Rob.
check him
Yeah,
out.
definitely,
Garden
yeah.
Grove, California. Follow the
Rob.
page. Rob Bristow, Value Tina's Pizza. Thank you for joining us.
definitely.
Whose house?
Rams house. Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, guys.
Take the bait. The Rare Bakery located at all locations. Stateside, nationwide. Take the bait to the Rare Bakery. Whole grain loaf. Fish briquettes. Ciabatta rolls. Regular rolls. You guys know you can't make a sandwich without bread, right? What are you going to use for your peanut butter jelly sandwich? You need bread. Why not take a break from the Rare Bakery? For all your tailgating needs, all your family holidays, your family functions. Take a break with the Brea Bakery. All retail locations in California and nationwide. You see the hat? You see the shirt? Podcast sponsor and tailgate sponsor, the Brea Bakery. Take a break. We'll see you at tailgate.
Enough said, come on. Whose house? Rams house. You know who we rolling with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Hit like, share a link. Whose house? Rams house. You know who we rolling with. Golden Rams Buzz Podcast. Home of the champions. Whose house? Rams house. You know who we
Big shout out to Rob from Value Tina's Pizza. We just had some before the show, and I'm feeling really good right now. The pizza was awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, thank you. Last week's guest, Tron Jones. Guy was great, awesome. Love that guy.
Congratulations on the victory,
Yeah,
Sean.
congratulations, Tron.
Fly. No, I said that. Man, forget
All right, so we're gonna finish out week 5 and then go to the week 6 games. Alrighty, guys. I didn't see this coming, but the Niners destroyed the Cowboys 42-10. I mean, what do you? I think Dak Prescott's 0-4 against the Niners, or
I hate to say it, but I'm gonna be honest. The Niners are the best team in the NFL.
Wow.
I don't care what anybody says. Top to bottom, the best team in the NFL. Nobody saw Brock Purdy doing this last
Right.
year. Who was this guy? He's a third string quarterback. He's not even supposed to be playing.
Right.
He
Mr.
does.
Irrelevant.
They traded for Christian McCaffrey. What is he doing?
yeah, we could have had the Rams.
They got Ayuk. They got
Yeah.
Debo.
Yeah.
They got these defensive
Kittle.
players. Like, come on.
Warner,
I mean,
Bosa.
the Week 13
Greenlaw.
matchup. I want this to happen because the Rams don't play until January. The Week 13 matchup against the
Eagles.
Eagles.
Woo.
Heavyweight
What,
championship. Where are they playing at? It's gonna be a heavyweight championship fight, man.
Remember, I remember that I was a kid, but remember in 1985, wasn't there like 2 undefeated teams at that time? It was who?
No, 89 Giants versus.
No. Remember 85? Bears and the Dolphins on Monday night?
Oh yeah. That's
That was a
right.
great
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
I remember
yeah.
I was a little kid
Yeah.
watching that. My
Yeah,
grandparents' house.
85. But remember 89 too, the Giants versus the Niners. Mark Bavaro,
Oh, that's right.
Ronnie Lott, 89.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a heavyweight. Sal, what do you think about? Man, woo! I'm already
I mean,
jumping
the
to conclusions,
49ers
but-
are a great team. I tip my hat to the 49ers, but right now I would probably say I would pick the Eagles because
Oh, wow.
head to head the Eagles beat them, and I mean the 49ers have been probably the best team in football for the past 3 or 4 years, and
I
they have nothing to show for it.
That's true.
So to me,
Donut.
I like to kid around and call them the regular season champions.
Okay.
It's a completely different game in the playoffs. I mean, I know that their quarterback got hurt, Purdy got hurt, but Purdy didn't play defense. They gave up 30 points to the Eagles.
I'm gonna give you a good example of something. We weren't alive to see it.
Sure.
But going to the championship 4 times or whatever the Niners been, right?
Yeah.
Who does it remind you of in the 70s? The Rams versus the Vikings. Kind of right? The Rams are always at the doorstep, but always lost to the Vikings. The Niners have lost the championship game to the Rams. The Eagles have lost the Super Bowl. So, I'm just comparing.
Yeah, but I think the funny thing is like a lot of Niner fans, I love their passion, but we've won 2 Super Bowls since their last Super Bowl. Like, I was sitting, when I was walking in, one guy yelled, he said, "Hey, when are the Ram fans going to show up?" And I said, "When is your Vince Lombardi trophy going to show up?" I said, "You guys been waiting 29 years
I think
almost."
that's how old Rob, our guest, is. I think he's 28 or 29.
He said, "Oh, we got 5." I said, "Yeah, you got 5,
here we
but
go.
I said, you got a VHS player to watch them?"
Exactly.
I mean, the Niners are great, but there's so much football left. I wouldn't want to peak right now. I wouldn't want to play, and then you saw where Kittle scored a touchdown, then he picked up his shirt and it said
dude.
F Dallas. I mean,
Dallas.
that type of stuff, I'm old school. I never grew up in an era like that where you would do, disrespect another team like that. To me, because then that rubs off into the fans, and the fans start acting silly and
That's
stuff.
true. That's
So
I
that,
agree with that.
I don't like that. To me, it's like, you know what, do your talking on the field and then move on.
Speaking of the Eagles, what do you guys think of that brotherly shove play? What's your take on it?
I mean, somebody's going to, it's creative because everybody
you think
in
it's
the NFL.
legal? You think it should be legal?
I mean, why is it legal? Because no other team thought of it before?
Yeah,
If the Rams are doing it, I would love it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
true, too.
They used it on us. I can't get mad. I mean, they just shoved the people because people are creative. Why do we
Yeah,
think
but
of it?
I think it should be illegal
Okay.
because that type of play. I mean, you have, 11 men moving in the same direction. It's hard for any defense to stop that.
It's virtually unstoppable.
Yeah, and so for me, it's like, you know what? I mean, it just seems like it's a cheap play. I really think it is, but
Yeah, because I think they
it
said the
works.
competition committee is going to look at that after the year,
Yeah.
so we'll see if it stays.
I mean, it's a great play, but there's no way. I don't see any defensive line being able to, you have 4 guys, 5 guys. They're not going to stop 11 men moving in that direction. And then also, they don't blow the whistle. Eventually they're going to move that pile. So if it's a late whistle, they're going to score. So it's kind of silly to me. Yeah, but I mean, it works for them.
Yeah. Raiders defense stepped up and held the Patriots to, not the Patriots, the Packers to 13 points on Monday night. What you guys take on that game?
Man, I want the Raiders to lose so bad, but I did, but I was like, wait, they're playing the NFC that can help us out.
that's
So
right,
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
torn because I'm not right. I was like, can this game just end in a tie? But yeah, they won. I'm surprised, but who they play next week? New England, huh?
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about that game.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so now we're going to our Week 6 games. Seahawks versus Bengals. This should be this might be a high-scoring game. What you guys take on it?
I got the Bengals. I'm going for
Wow.
the Bengals because
Okay, yeah,
Seattle's in
no,
our
no, no,
division.
no.
I got the Bengals. Joe Burrow seems to be back. Jamar Chase seems to be back. Bengals 27-14.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say 2017 Bengals.
Well, my family's from Seattle, so I have to root for the Seahawks. So I'm going to say Seahawks 31-28 over the Bengals. This should be a good game. I don't know how the weather's going to be, but the 49ers go to Cleveland and play the Browns.
Obviously, I'm going for the Browns,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to say that team's going to win because I don't want to say their name, but I got to go for the Browns, even though I think the other team may win. But I got to say Browns 21-17.
Okay.
I'd say Niners 35-10.
Wow. I'm like Demond. I don't want to say that team's name, but I think the Browns are going to win. Hopefully Deshaun Watson plays and lights him up. I'm going to say Browns 31-24 over their team.
I would love that to happen.
All right, guys, this is going to be the pupil versus the teacher game. McDaniels versus Belichick. Raiders versus Patriots.
Last year, we saw what happened. Remember, Mac Jones threw it back and Chandler Jones ran it back for the Raiders?
That's right.
Well, we have to worry about Chandler Jones because he's going through some stuff right
Right.
now. But for this game may be like 6-3, 10-7. Raiders win the game. Raiders win the game 10-7.
I think the Raiders have some talent.
They do.
I would say probably Raiders 28-14.
I'm going to say Raiders win 24-7 over the Patriots. Should be a good game. Lions versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh, that's gonna be.
I got Lions because I got to friendly bet, a happy hour bet. My boy DeMarjo, we interviewed last
Yeah.
Tampa Bay guy. I said, no, the Rams are going to be better than Tampa Bay. So
Okay.
I got the Lions winning like 35-14.
Yeah, I would say the Lions 38 to probably 17.
This is gonna be not a defensive battle, but I think it's gonna be closer than what a lot of people think. I think it's gonna be the Lions 21-17 over the Buccaneers. Alrighty, guys, Monday night, SoFi. We them boys gonna be rocking that stadium again. Cowboys versus Chargers.
It's going to be a Cowboys home game, obviously.
Right.
Chargers going to do some Charger stuff. Brandon Staley going to do some Brandon Staley stuff. And the Dallas is pissed off because
Yeah.
back-to-back, like Sunday night
Yeah,
and
they
then
got
Monday night,
embarrassed, sure.
Dallas 42, Chargers 21.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys get healthy and get back in the win column. I would say Cowboys, I would say 40, Chargers 17.
It's gonna be a high-scoring game. I'm gonna go for the Cowboys. Cowboys, gotta root.
Yeah, they're
I'm not
not
rooting for
gonna
him, but buddy Greg Mack, he's a Cowboys fan. I'm gonna say Cowboys 45, Chargers 38. And now the moment you guys have been waiting for, the game of the week, for us, of course, Rams versus Cardinals. Damon, you take the floor.
Last year, the Cardinals came in, surprised the Rams. The Rams have to win this game. If the Rams don't win this game, I'm not going to think like that. The Rams will win this game. Puka's going to go off. Cooper Cup's going to go off. I always say a score in the 30s. I'm going to say Rams 31, Cards 14.
Okay. Sal.
I think the Rams are going to really score a lot of points. I would say Rams 42,
Wow.
Cardinals 20.
I think the Rams are going to stifle the Cardinals' run game. I mean, it's going to be virtually non-existent.
Non-existent, yeah.
Exactly. You got Hollywood Brown, and you got Michael Wilson from Stanford, and you got Josh Dobbs, and you got Zach Ertz, and I think the Rams are going to pour it on a little. I think it's going to be 38-14 Rams. Close it out, brother.
With that being said, another episode of Go Around Buzz Podcast. Thank you to our guest, Rob Bristow from Value Tina's Pizza. Make sure you stop by his shop. Also, don't forget, come check out the tailgate at the J-Lot and get in the movie Shot by J Pro. He does our podcast. He does a tailgate video. Get at this man. He's a creative guy. Shot by J Pro. With that being said, whose house?
Rams house.
Whose house?
Rams house.
Woo! Okay, Rob, we got to take a picture. Come on, everybody has to take a picture.